This video will give you a quick introduction to pharmacology, what it actually is, how drugs work, and why your body reacts to them the way it does. If you learned something from this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm so this can reach more people. Thank you. So, in simple terms, pharmacology is just the study of how drugs work in the body. That's it. It's usually split into two parts: pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. Pharmacokinetics is what the body does to the drug. Pharmacodynamics is what the drug does to the body. I'll have a full video on each of those separately, so make sure you're subscribed and your bell notification is on so you don't miss them. Let's start with the basics. A drug is just a substance, natural or synthetic, that changes how the body normally functions. Natural means it comes from something like a plant. Synthetic means it was made in a lab. Doesn't matter which one, both can change how your body works. Now, drugs can be used for medicinal purposes, to treat or prevent disease, or for recreational purposes. Either way, the basic mechanism behind how they work in the body is the same. So, let's say you take a drug for a headache. That drug has to actually do something in your body to relieve that pain, and that something almost always comes down to one word: receptors. A receptor is basically a protein, usually sitting on the surface of a cell, that's waiting to receive a chemical signal. Anything that comes along and binds to that receptor is called a ligand. Once that ligand binds, it triggers a response inside the cell. Let's put this into an actual example so it makes sense. Say you have a headache and you want pain relief. Your body already has natural molecules that interact with pain receptors to either increase or block pain signals. A drug like ibuprofen comes in and binds to specific receptors involved in inflammation, blocking the production of certain chemicals your body makes that cause pain and swelling. That binding is what gives you relief. This is the foundation of basically every drug you'll ever take. It's binding to something, and that binding changes what happens next. Now, based on what effect a drug produces when it binds, we classify it as either an agonist or an antagonist. An agonist is a drug that binds to a receptor and activates it. It produces a response, the same kind of response the body's natural ligand would normally produce. An antagonist is a drug that binds to a receptor but doesn't activate it. Instead, it just sits there and blocks anything else from binding, including the body's own natural ligand. Let's go back to our pain example. If your pain receptor is normally activated by a natural pain-signaling molecule, an agonist drug could mimic that molecule and bind in its place. Sometimes that's actually useful, like with certain pain relievers that work directly on opioid receptors. But other drugs, like ibuprofen, work more like antagonists in certain pathways, blocking the enzymes responsible for making the chemicals that trigger pain and inflammation in the first place. No production, no pain signal. So same end goal, pain relief, but two completely different mechanisms. This agonist-antagonist relationship is honestly the backbone of how almost every drug class works, whether we're talking about antihistamines, blood pressure medications, or antidepressants. Once you understand this one mechanism, a huge chunk of pharmacology starts to click. Quick recap before we wrap up. Pharmacology is the study of how drugs affect the body. It's split into pharmacokinetics, what the body does to the drug, and pharmacodynamics, what the drug does to the body. Drugs work mainly by interacting with receptors, and depending on how they interact, they're classified as agonists or antagonists. That's going to bring this video to an end. Next video is going to dive deeper into pharmacokinetics, so make sure you turn on that bell notification so you get notified the second I upload it. As always, show some love, like, subscribe, and drop a comment if this helped. Thanks for watching, and take care.